Today we're going to focus on you gathering up all the people you need, the army that you need to help you create the career that you want. Hello race drivers, this is Enzo Mucci, and everybody else who watches this. This is Enzo Mucci, this is the Race Driver Coach Show, this is Season 3, this is Episode 10. What a joy it is to come back into the office, to record this for you, to hopefully give you some kind of nugget of information or advice or just a spark of inspiration that helps you go get what you want out of life. This is what I do it for. Just come back from the Red Bull Ring. It was an F1 meeting. I was working with a driver there in the F3 Championship. And I noticed as we turned up that it was very, very busy. It was Thursday. And everybody seemed to be wearing orange shirts. It's like, this is Verstappen mania. It's the Orange Army. And over the weekend, more orange shirts turned up. The grandstands were full, even for Saturday, which some Grand Prix struggle to even fill the Sunday, but this one was absolutely rammed, full of people, and I'd say most people there, the tens of thousands, or 100, who knows how many were there, tens of thousands of people, most of them were wearing orange. And it was the first time I'd seen this since the first time I went to a Grand Prix, which was the British Grand Prix in 1992, some time ago. That's when Nigel Mansell was absolutely dominating in the Williams. It's the first Grand Prix I went to. I went straight after work, so it was like 1 in the morning and we queued up all night to get the ticket. We were in, and when I got there, the Mansell mania was absolutely breathtaking. Every single time of the 70 odd laps, whatever it is, coming round, people would stand up and cheer. And that's what we were seeing this time. And on top of that, not only did they turn out in their absolute flocks, but also he won. Bit of a spoiler there if no one's seen the Grand Prix, but he went back to about 8th or 9th and came forward and won, and it was absolutely electric. I'd left by then because I leave before the Grand Prix finishes to beat the traffic, but still I watched it on TV and I could hear the supporters on the cameras, and I thought, you know what, this is what the sport needs. Now, we've always said that the sport needs a superstar, a megastar that really connects with people in order for it to go to the next level. I'll claim its round back so people start watching it again. And every sport's the same. Whether it is a Muhammad Ali in boxing, Usain Bolt in running, Ronaldo in football, if you have a superstar, Conor McGregor in UFC, then the sport benefits. Now all we've got to do is get him with someone, or in an environment, Verstappen, where he's really striking for the championship, and then we're going to see something amazing because he's going to be head to head against somebody for the title. When that happens, the sport's going to take on a whole new realm, I'm sure, a whole new level. And bringing it down to you now, how does this impact your life? Well, something I've always taught is that you must bring, because you saw the Orange Army, right? You saw the Orange Army out there all cheering him. You need to have your own army. Now, this is the same whether you're an entrepreneur trying to start a company or in a company, or you're an athlete trying to make their way in their sport. You need an army of people not only to support you, but to actually help you on a daily basis. Far too many drivers, I did this and it was my downfall. Far too many drivers are trying to work on their own. Far too many entrepreneurs are trying to work on their own. And you're limited if you do that. There's only so much you can do. You may be the talent, but then if we're expecting you to go and get sponsorship, and then we're expecting you to be the business person and the salesperson, and someone who is good at design so they can put together a proposal, as well as all the liaising you've got to do, the people skills, it's kind of hard to hit all of these areas, to be good in the car and to be absolutely amazing out the car. Now, you know that I teach you've got to be good inside and out, off track. On track, off track performance has got to be through the roof. You've got to be able to sell. So I'm always teaching these things, these disciplines, these skills that you need. However, there is something else I want to add. You do need help. The more people that you get to help you for your career and support you from the outside, the more chance you have of succeeding. I don't want you to try this on your own. Not at all. If you've got a goal, a big dream in your life that means everything to you, it's up there, like, I normally put the North Star up there. If it's really there and it means everything to you, but it's only your wish to actually achieve it, it's only your 24 hours a day that you can allocate to it, then that is a bit of a hurdle. It is a little bit, because when you use other people, work with other people, you add value to their life, and in return they add value to your life. When you have that kind of interaction with someone, that partnership, all of a sudden you're tapping into their 24 hours, their resources, their contacts. And if you have a day off and they're still working, you don't lose. Get as many people to help you as you can. How does this look to a race driver? When a race driver is trying to build a career or maintain the career they've got, I usually say, right, you need help from people that can offer their services to you, and in return you either give them a new client they never had, or you put their sticker on the car, or you give them something that's of value to them, right? This translates as a lawyer. It's a good idea as a race driver to get a solicitor or a lawyer to join you in your quest. All they have to do is once or twice a year is read through one of your contracts, help you put together a sponsorship contract when you actually sign somebody up and you've got one that covers you and them, and it makes everything formal and legal. The contract that the team gives you. So all they do, this lawyer, right, that's all they do, probably 2 hours a year of work for you, is just to look through, make sure everything's good, make sure you're not being screwed, check everything, ask the right questions, done. Or help you word something that you need to word to somebody in a legal way. That's all you're asking from them. In return, you promise them that you will get them a client, or you pay them. But let's just say this is a business arrangement where you can't really afford a lawyer. You say, right, because I want to build a relationship with professional people who can help me build my career, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you a client. I'm going to bring you a race driver that could use your services, or a team that could use your services, and all I want in return is just a couple of hours of work. Some advice, someone on the phone if I need some legal advice, that's it. Many lawyers, solicitors will say yes to that, especially if they're a friend of the family. Perfect, they'll probably help you for free. Next person you wouldn't even think about is someone like an accountant. If you're a race driver and you're building yourself up, you may want to set yourself up as a company. So you are a company. You're like Joe Bloggs Racing Limited. You can get all the money from the sponsorship, the race winnings, any endorsements you get, anything. And it goes through that company, and also paying for the racing goes through that company. So it's a win-loss. You can see it there, but you need an accountant to help you do that, right? Again, you say to the accountant, I just want you to look after my books. There's nothing much to do, or help me set up a company. I'll look after my own books, and I'll get you some clients in return for that. So they're giving service, or you're giving them some exposure on the car, or some other benefit. You're getting them tickets for the Grand Prix, and in return they do that. So you're doing deals now. You're getting sponsorship from people that are not giving you hard cash, but they're giving you some kind of service that's helping you become the complete driver. Right, so that's things that you can think about. The other area would be someone who's like a PR company, a social media marketing company, web designer, someone like this. You can then do the same sort of thing to them. You say you're going to get them race drivers as clients, and all they've got to do is look after your social media and grow it. All they've got to do is design a new website for you, or help you design a proposal. This is something I did that worked so well and got me into the seat by doing this with a PR company. The more you do this, the more people you start to get to help you and create your own army of people that are working towards your career, the more chance you have of success. They're everywhere. Even business consultants. If you want someone to help you with sponsorship and you find a salesperson, for example, and you say, I want your help. I've got this product that I want to sell. It's helping companies grow through motorsport. Can you help me sell it? You can have commission, 15% of all the money you find. Let's work together and see if we can do this through your contacts. And that's what this brings me to. When you have a lawyer, a solicitor, when you have an accountant, when you have a PR company, an advertising agency, a sports agency, a salesperson, you have all these people helping you, right? And I saw Andy Prio do this. He had a whole army of people behind him all giving their services. What happens is, not only are you interacting, not only are you using their time to save you time so you can work on the things that you're good at, not only are you benefiting from their services, but also you are tapping into their client list. This is the naughty bit. It's not the naughty bit, they know what you're up to. But if you go with a top firm of solicitors, can you imagine the size of their client list? They can actually pitch you to these people if they know them well enough, their clients, and say, look, I've got this race driver who actually is aligned with what your company does and could offer you something in return, could offer you help you get that new product out. Or the PR agency or the advertising company have also a huge client list. And if you're in business with them and you get a good relationship, maybe in year 2, you can say to them, have you got any clients that would like to go for my sponsorship package? Or my hospitality package, or my growth consultancy package, whatever it is you're selling. And they'll say, you know what, I think we can get you through the door. And because it's business, if they're on commission, they win. Just for introducing you to somebody, just to get you in the room with somebody, so you can have a sales meeting with your salesperson. And this is how it works. This is bringing business into the race driver realm now. Okay, so think about this. I need help from all these professional people, which means I've got to create value to them because I can't afford to pay them all. And at the side benefit, I then get to talk to all their contacts long term. This is how it all builds. Many race drivers have done this, especially the ones that are switched on. They're not just saying, I want to give you the sticker on the car. They are saying, okay, all these people can help me. They're not really giving me much time, but they're giving me their expertise and they're giving me their contacts. This is building your army. On the outside, create fans. Have some kind of value in the world. Become an influencer if you can. Use your sport to make you different. Many drivers on Instagram and on all the other social platforms, they're pretty good. They got a couple of thousand, but they're not using it. They're not becoming a brand. And this is something that they're missing as well. But I want you to. If you're not racing, it's hard to say that you're going to be this race driver and everyone believe it. But if you're a race driver that hasn't got a chip on your shoulder and you want to be honest, then how about documenting your journey from going from where you are to where you want to be? Saying, this is motorsport, this is bloody difficult, I'm just from a council estate, I've got no chance, but do you fancy following me on my journey? And I'm going to show you every single day, every day, the work I'm putting in to become a professional driver. And you just shoot a picture or a 2 second, 3 second, 10 second, 1 minute video of you working at your craft, going out and going into a sponsor meeting. You follow yourself there, you go there, didn't go very well. And that's all you post for the day. And the next day you're fitness training, next day you're going to solicitors to sell them, to hopefully get them on board. This is actually interesting to people. Plus it holds you accountable. Now this is going into the social media side of it, which I've already done a video on, but if you've got the camera on you every day, it holds you accountable to make sure that you work hard that day. Otherwise you won't have any content. So it's kind of nice. It's like an open diary that holds you accountable. Back to what we're speaking about today. Build an army on the inside that are helping you go forward. Even a fitness coach, even a driver coach. These people can all help you through the services they provide, as long as you're helping them make money as well, and the contacts they've got. For example, as a coach, if a driver asks me, do you know of a trustworthy team that can give me a good deal? Then I'll know where to send them because of all the contacts I've got. It's not even my business. I don't get anything from it, but people know people. If you become a master of people, and you've heard me say this before, if you can become a master of people and you have really good people skills, then one of them is going to be able to want to help you out. Just look at Will Smith. Now, Will Smith is someone who's not in racing, but him, along with many other people that have made it in whatever industry they're in, they made it through the people they met. Now, he went to a talk show. He went to this talk show. He really didn't want to go and do it because he wasn't famous enough, really. But he was going on there pretending he was famous, saying, I'm the next big thing. And he got on there. And when he went on there, he met somebody who introduced him to Quincy Jones, who was just about to set up Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And they didn't have an actor. Now, this person introduced him to Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones says, you're the person, sign this contract. and he's never looked back since. And he would have only have met Quincy Jones by going to that TV show, which he did. And if he didn't, if he listened to himself saying, I really can't be bothered because I'm nobody and everyone's going to laugh at me and now I won't bother, because his missus talked him into going on the talk show. If he did listen to that little fear inside, he wouldn't have gone onto that talk show, he wouldn't have met Quincy Jones in the end, and he wouldn't be Fresh Prince Will Smith as we know it, most likely. That shows you the power of people. Your big break is probably going to come from bumping into somebody or getting introduced to somebody from one of your networks. They are saying, this is my friend, he's a race driver, I think he can race for your team and do well. Or this is my friend, he actually helps companies grow through sport, I think he could help your company, and it's introduced, instead of it being a cold call. So the amount of benefits that you have from having your own army is numerous. You can't even write them down. There's so many, because this is how it works. You can't usually replicate success sometimes because, this person met that person and they even had a car crash with this one and met them and it took them down that road and they succeeded. They got their shot. You have got to really increase the chances of your shot, of you making this, by meeting as many people as you can and working with them as many as you can. There's no point being in your own bedroom wishing that you're going to be a Formula One driver. It's not going to work. The law of attraction is amazing, but it needs action. If you're just sitting there praying, man, every African child that's starving would have enough water and enough food if law of attraction, just thinking about it, praying, hoping it would come in, would deliver it. It doesn't work like that. Yes, you need to have a law of attraction. Yes, you need to know what you want, be clear, but you need to make sure you set the game up so that can happen. That you're working your tail off every day, but you're mixing with people that can help you. Build your army. And this isn't just fans, remember, this is people helping you. So you're having an interaction, you're building business deals, you're learning how to sell. There's no negative for this. So step 1, have a look at your career, find out what it needs. Step 2, who it needs. Step 3, go out there, sell to them. Put together a package that attracts them and you're going to get them a client, or attempt to get them a client. You say, I'm going to go out into the industry and I'm going to push your name forward and attempt to get you clients. Will you do 3 hours work for me a month on my racing and just be on the phone for me to talk to, depending on their service? That's it, you're done. You build these people up, they don't expect much from you, and it's a nice partnership, but you never know where it leads. Got it? See you next time.